For a long time, China has been an excellent friend to NIO. On the other hand, NIO has been bringing in a range of products that could easily help them distinguish the kind of EVs we notice in the market. With the luxury they provide at affordable prices with promising environmental benefits, NIO looks like a perfect package this world could have at this point. So let us try and figure out a few other things that have been going on behind the scenes and the reason for all of the propulsion it has been getting from the Chinese government. Welcome back to another video on this channel where we make sure you learn everything about the latest events in the market. Our channel is the hub of all information and will effectively help you ensure that you stay updated with all the important updates in the market. Make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to this channel, and let us know your thoughts in the comments section about the kind of work you think will come out of this company. Also, before we move ahead, keep in mind that the markets keep rising and falling, and hence, all investments must be made after conducting due diligence. For today's video, we will be sticking to the updates in the company and not on charts. NIO, as you know, is listed on the New York Stock Exchange, and it is speculated that it will be a part of at least 6 European nations, apart from all of the love and support it has been getting from the Chinese government. This is predicted to occur by the end of 2022, as it becomes capable of taking in such huge demands that are generally generated from the European nations. For a product being provided by NIO, we think that the European consumer base is diverse and holds great potential. Keeping in mind all the potential it has, the firm released a list of expectations that may be desirable for them to achieve. With that realized, they decided to start working on the numbers and started taking the orders for their electric SUVs. The demand has been stable, and the technological requirements favored the company to process such high demands. They also started shipping small numbers to Norway to ensure they kept up the numbers throughout the duration while testing in the extreme weather conditions normally noticed in Norway. In the absence of an engine and relatively less heating, the amount of heating necessary to keep the ice off from the car's hood is not produced, leading to the formation of ice to a considerable magnitude. These factors play a crucial role in determining the success of an EV in different geographies. This is also one of the main reasons why NIO decided to venture into Norway to test the impact it has been making in the EV industry. Despite having such issues in the market, there is a huge demand for EVs in general. This is owing to the efficiency and, more importantly, the environmental benefit noticed through the EVs. Even the big companies like Mercedes and BMW had a tough time coping with the technology being developed by companies like NIO. People look ready to invest around $70,000 into the technology being promised by NIO, and hence take a step towards making the environment we live in a better place. The 600-kilometer range being promised is another key factor that makes things much better. With a huge amount of data being accumulated and compiled into the app, with personalized feedback and many other features, NIO has been stepping up the game significantly over the past year. Therefore, this 7-year-old company has a lot more to offer than what it has at this point. With a huge number of people learning about this experience from other users of Norway and elsewhere across the globe, the people of Europe have also been excited about the launch. Norway is a very small market, more precisely, just around 5 million people altogether. This is an evident fact that with such a small market and a high number of competitors, it will be important to have a strong differentiating factor in them, which was achieved very swiftly by Team NIO. This certainly can act as a test market. However, the market that they will need to focus more diligently on will be the markets present in nations like Europe or the United Kingdom. The test run they had in Norway was also a huge success. The number of orders they received from Norway was way higher than what they expected from the same. However, now they aim to convert the same response in the bigger markets of other nations. The battery as service model is one of the most successful models that we could see in this world. Another innovation that has recently been coming is the allowance that it gives you is to buy a car without the battery and later opt for a BAAS subscription for the batteries. This means that the entire BAAS system and the network of service centers and charging units need to be arranged and established. This step, therefore, is a very long process that needs to be implemented, especially while COVID has been at its peak. Looking at the help that China gave in this regard, it was noticed that the Chinese government had been one of the key supporters of NIO by providing them with a grant of $1.4 billion. This investment came in from the Hefei government, which has a pretty optimistic view of the stock company's work. Heading back to the battery swapping stations and the battery as a service model that was being discussed earlier, it was found that the system is quite exciting for all those who have been following the updates closely in recent years. The company noticed this as they got over the Q2 earnings report. To inculcate this behavior and ensure they do not fall prey to the challenges that lie ahead, they decided to deploy a proportionate number of staff to ensure everything goes their way. While this happened, the rise of XPeng is another major blow that they could get. NIO's rival, XPeng, plans to expand out of China and make full use of the international market. They plan to keep launching 2 to 3 vehicles each year and use the driver assistance systems they have been working on for a while. The excitement in the EV markets will continue to exist for a long time. The competition they have is quite commendable, and the government, on the other hand, has been pushing a particular company for reasons of technological development. This selective push from the side of the government is one of the major reasons we saw NIO flourishing in recent times. Looking into the stock of NIO, we found that the movement of stock, as well, was changed entirely, as people recognized the investments the government was making in NIO. Therefore, the backing from the government has been one of the key factors to their growth in the long and short term. NIO stock has been public since September 2018 and has since then been able to reach the heights that no other Chinese EV company has been able to reach. The investment of the Hefei government came in when the world was going through a COVID pandemic, and the company itself was going through the issue pertaining to the batteries, where they started catching fire. The issues pertaining to scalability were solved really well through the deployment of this investment from the Chinese government. Since then, the rise in the stock prices of NIO has been pretty significant. They have been able to take the prices of stocks up to 56% per share, and as of the 20th of February 2022, the price stands at $23. The numbers, therefore, have been speaking out loud about the development it has been making, and hence, it requires a fair amount of recognition in these times. The quarterly sales for NIO has been topping off at $1 billion in December last year. This is certainly a very good thing happening for NIO in the present times. Going by the numbers that we have in our hands, it can be speculated that we will be able to see them making a business of $5.6 billion this year. As a matter of fact, a continual of this trend could mean a minimum business of $9.6 in the year coming ahead. This is most certainly something that any company would like to attain, especially when the competition continues to rise exponentially. Of all the profits that they have been making, as time passes, exports could be one of the major sources of revenue for NIO. This speculation comes out of the massive demand that we can foresee for this technology in the times ahead. The Chinese government has been taking a Korean approach towards things and establishing new industries. It has been subsidizing the new industries very heavily and has also been able to create a very healthy competition. These are perhaps the factors that have been pushing NIO to a great extent. To top it all off, it was also noticed that the NIO is one of those companies that could make a huge impact on the world and be one of the top ones, renowned throughout the globe for its innovations and technology. We hope this video was able to bring in a lot of info for you. Make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to this channel, and keep learning about stocks and markets. Until next time!